Hello and welcome to Conquering Mount Scrapmore with Brenda. I'm Brenda and it's Free Pattern Friday. Yay, Free Pattern Friday. Now, there's been a lot of people playing with the potato chip block that I decided, okay, I'm going to play with one too. And I'm calling this Cheerio Potato. Now, it uses the smallest 2 by 3.5 inch potato chip rectangles, but we're having a lot of fun with this, as you can see. The cutting instructions and everything are going to be in the show notes below, and I have these all ready to go so I can sew them together for you. Now, this one's going to be a lot of fun. It's going to come really fast, but it should look just absolutely adorable when we're done. And you can throw any colors at this whatsoever. Now, before we get on to the sewing and all the rest of the stuff, we got to do our shout out. Anne from learnhowtosew.com has been a friend of mine for a while, and I want you to go check out her YouTube channel. She's been on YouTube forever, and she's doing so well with her channel, and you guys have got to check her out and what she does. Just some beautiful stuff, and all of her stuff is free. All the patterns that she puts out on her channel is free. So when you go check her out, tell her that Brenda from Conquering Mount Scrapmore sent you, and that it's been just lovely watching her. Okay, now the other thing you're to find in the show notes, besides Anne's YouTube channel, is our Facebook group, which is growing rapidly. We're having all sorts of fun. It's a warm, welcoming community. We making use of those virtual sewing rooms. We're having a whole bunch of different community chats, and we're also have one community chat just looking for free patterns. So that's actually a wonderful resource that we have. Plus, we have the sharing pictures and asking questions and all those wonderful things that happen in a Facebook group. So if you're interested in that, you're part of the Facebook community, you should join up. Also, we have in our show notes is our Zoom Sew Day. We have it once a month. We have people from all over. It is such a blast. It starts from 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. Mountain Standard Time. And I get lots done. And there's lots of people that come and they get lots done too. And we have a blast. It's like sewing with, like your best girlfriend. So don't be shy about coming, and you don't have to come with my projects or something I presented. We want you to come with your projects. And if you don't feel like sewing that day and you want to bring your crochet, come on in. That would be awesome. And lastly, I speak for gills for free. Gills and quilting groups, really. I have a PowerPoint presentation, so I do it over Zoom. So it doesn't cost anything for the gills other than to rent the equipment to do a Zoom presentation if they don't have that. And I don't have a trunk show anymore, but I have pictures of my quilts, and we talk about making scrap quilts, and we also talk about making charity quilts. So if your guild or quilting group is interested in that kind of presentation, I'm the person to talk to, and again, it's for free. So without delay here, let's get to this fun sewing today. Okay, so here we are at the sewing machine, and here's our block layout. Now, the potato chip blocks I like to work with most because I can get most of them out, a lot more of them out of my pile of scraps than a larger size is 2 by 3.5. That's my favorite. But I thought, okay, I see these Cheerio blocks everywhere. Now there is a white piece hiding underneath here. And I thought, oh, wouldn't this be fun if? And I thought, okay, so I picked 3 different reds for this block, but you could do any color you want, right? You can pick, these two, these ones are blue and this is green and this is yellow, whatever you want to do, right? I decided I was going to try and do some, unifying the block by, having the cornerstones all the same size or whatever. But with this is a 6 and 8. This once it's all sewn together measures 6.5. But when these 4 pieces are sewn together, they're 6.5 by 3.5. So you don't have to match up any seams along these lines, right? So this makes for a very quick block to do. So let's get with the hardest parts first. And there's really not a lot of hard parts in here, but you have to start with the hard parts, right? So what I do is I just go through and I do my half square triangles. Now I gave you the cutting instructions for the conventional method of half square triangles, right? The traditional method, but I used an easy angle triangle ruler. No, I do not have any affiliate links for you, but I I decided I'm not spending money on that kind of ruler for, for I don't know how long. And then I finally had an extra bit of change in my purse, and I said, okay, today is the day we're going to buy one. Well, I don't know why I didn't buy one sooner. How fast is this, right? Like all of these I cut out of a 2.5-inch strip. Like it wasn't a very long strip, right? As you can tell. And I've got just, the one dog ear now to clip off, which I mean, to me is like just yay. And we're done. And, push it to the side. It goes back into the dog bed stuffing. And I just finger press them like so and lay them out, And I'm going to press to the dark. So in case this white is a little bit too thin, I don't think it's too thin. I bought it at it feels like a really nice, piece. So anyway, so the next part we're going to assemble is the Cheerio inside, right? So I just do this by, lining up my pieces. There we go. And just webbing them very quick, not hard. It looks like a lot of moving parts. And when you see the cutting instructions going, oh, good grief, there's so many pieces. No, it's not like that. It's not hard at all. Okay. All right. Now, you take this out, and the first thing you do is you add the next piece in. Okay. There you go. And then a solid red. Okay. And then a half square triangle with the red pointing towards the middle. Okay. There we go. So the hardest parts are almost done. This is such a cute, fast quilt top to make. So now what I'm going to do, I'm going to take, should probably show you. I'm taking the center and pushing the fabric away from, this is going this way and this one's going that way. So with these, I'm pushing it in. I'm pushing it into the center so they'll nest nice. And I won't have, I'll have, it flat. It'll lay flat for me. Now, there we go. So that's how this is going to lay. So I'll just show you quick on the back. See, these ones are going in. The half square triangles are going in, and this piece is going out. So let's get this sewn. Okay. Move this back. Now, I snip those threads so I can get in there and get a real tight match. And, okay. And there. I know it sounds weird, but I snip it so I can get it tight, so I can open it up and see what I got. That's what I'm doing. Okay, so now I'm just gonna press all of this way. There. Pull out the odd string. There. All right. I stop with my needle down, of course, because you don't want anything shifting or jumping. Yeah, there we go. There. Where this plug should be retired. Okay. So I'm just pressing it away from the center. There we go. So here's our Cheerio. Now, in order to make this outside, it's kind of, think of it like a piano keyboarder. You just gotta keep rolling two together, and you want to sew them kind of in pairs. Like I say, this would be a really good leader ender because it breaks down into smaller pieces very quickly. Okay. And it doesn't really matter even where, you know, how these are sewn together, right? But do there. Okay. And, you know, of course, it's always nice to be able to play with fun prints, right? Yeah, that one. Now, for this, if I was putting it into a quilt, once I get all my blocks sewn, I put a real thin sashing just for all the seams. You know, the seams, all that outer edge has got a lot of seams in it, right? So it needs a place to lay. All those seams need a place to lay. So I'm just going to sew it like this. Open it up. There we go. There we go. Just line that up. Nice. There. Well, there we go. And put a bright, shiny one there, a brighter one on the outside. Okay. So now we're ready to put this all back out. Now, as you're doing this, you're going to sit there. Okay, should I be... Oh, I should do it that way. Yeah. Should I be... Oh, there. Now, there's your pieces. So now you can see it comes together exactly like a 9-patch. We've done this several times. So we're going to pick up the 2 pieces here. We're just going to lay them out. Now, there's several ways of doing this piano keyboard thing. I like having them open, right? Pressed open. So that means what I'm going to do, and I know that this is not popular, but hear me out. They lay flat and you're not matching any seams. But you have a lot of seams. So basically now you're distributing the seam and all the bulk, right? So that's why I prefer the whole, you know, press open. Right? You still have the same amount of fabric in the block. It's just that you've moved it around differently. There we go. And I gotta make sure that center seam doesn't flip because it's trying to. There we go. Yeah, there. And this, yeah. Right. Okay. There. So now you go back. Okay, I'm gonna put it back all together here so you can see what I'm doing, right? So there's partly that where I've got my columns going. So there we're gonna finish this just by doing this. Okay. I am going to press open this. Just like I say, I got nails that would cut through drywall, but you can iron these open. I mean, I'm doing this for speed, right? So that I don't have to stop and press open all this stuff. There we go. And there. Okay, and that goes out. And that's just sewn on like so. Just like so. This would be a fun leader ender, you know, while you're working on a more complex quilt, you know, like you do all one bit. Because you need like, well, the way I make, you know, twin quilts, right? Like this is a 12.5-inch finished block, right? I should probably just move that out of the way. So there. So now I'm going to press these open just to get them flat and keep them flat. Okay, and I'm going to press this to the outside, but here we'll do the other side right away since we have it on this back. Yeah, I like doing this, pressing them open, especially even when you're doing a piano key border. I prefer that pressed open because it's distributing the weight and your border then lies absolutely super flat. I mean, there. Okay. So let's get this sewn together. And now I'm going to move. Okay. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to sew this so that it points that way, like at that corner where it matches. Trying to reduce the bulk in my block. Okay. Because I got a lot of seams here suddenly. And I'll show you this at the end how everything's gotten finger pressed, but it'll get pressed that way at the end as well. We'll line that up. There we go. Okay. And one more seam. There. You can throw, like I say, with this, you can throw anything at this that you want. You know, it's cute. It's just adorable. Okay, there we go. Okay, up and under. There now. Just right to the end. Here we go. Okay. Now I'm going to quickly show you what I did at the back so you can see. Now, this is all being pressed this way because there's a lot of seams here. Even though we've reduced the bulk, there's still a lot of seams there. So because none of these seams match, if I press in, right, that's the way it's going to want to lie, right? So I will give it a good ironing before we do the big ta-da moment, but just so you know, that's how all this is going to lie flat, right? So we'll come back with the ta-da moment. Okay, this is our ta-da moment for our Cheerio Potato chip quilt block. I had fun putting this one together, and I thought, yeah, this is a really cute way to use up all those cute little potato chip blocks I have. And my favorite is the 2 by 3.5-inch size. I know some of you don't like working with smaller pieces like that, but you could adjust this pattern to make everything larger and easier on your hands to deal with. Now, I would set this one in a quilt, if I was doing all of this in a quilt, to avoid matching up all these seams with the next block, put a little sashing cornerstone in. It's not that much more work. And it would be a nice place for all those seams to lie nice and flat. So this one was a lot of fun to come up with for you. And I do hope we give it a try. Now, the cat quilt behind me here is I'm going to do a quick little tutorial on this one here, video tutorial, and it's just a quick fun scrap buster. And I'll give it to you in 2 different sizes so you can make really large cats or really small cats, up to you. Okay, so until we meet again, I hope you stay well and you stay joyful and you keep on sewing. So take care until then. Bye. My husband and I would love to thank you for watching our video and being so supportive of our channel. This has been just such an amazing journey we're on here on YouTube, and we wouldn't have been able to do it without you. So our thanks, truly our thanks for you. If there's anything you need, don't be afraid to contact me either through the Facebook book or through email. I'm trying to do as many viewer request videos as possible, and if I don't do it, you need to remind me, okay? So that's not a problem. But yes, it's been just absolutely amazing. Make sure you tell your gills I speak for free. We have a Facebook group. We do Zoom sew dates, and we give out nothing but free patterns. So I hope that you have an absolutely joyful year ahead, and your sewing room, everything is going for you, and life is great. Okay, you take care until we see each other again. Okay, bye.